Hey guys, it's Jana, and I cannot believe that we are in our final class week. It is unbelievable that we are here already, but here we are. And so I'm going to be talking about the chapter we read this week and the takeaways that I had from it. Um, there were a lot, but there a lot of heady, pedagogical things. But then I also had, some big main ones that kind of really took me outside the chapter. Um, the first thing when reading this chapter, The Paradox of the Method Actor by Dennis Beck. Um, Honestly, the first thing that struck me, and this is going to sound whatever, but it was how many big words he used. And not that I dislike big words and don't have a decent vocabulary myself, but I felt that the writing was a distraction. Um, I immediately was thinking that, was distracted by the fact that I was thinking that, and then I just had to set those thoughts aside and soldier on with the reading and on and on. And where there were points that I got that I agreed with, it it was my probably my least favorite of the chapters that we read during the session, which made me kind of sad because it's our last week. Um, because some of the other chapters have just been so illuminating and fascinating, and frankly, some of them entertaining and just kind of fun reads. And we're still able to be academic without trying to educate the reader on the vast vocabulary of the writer. Um, so it was a little bit of a disappointment, but that is what it is. The other major takeaways kind of meld into each other for me, and that is that this from the title, this discussion of the paradox of the method actor. It seemed to me that though that's what it was called, there were actually several paradoxes discussed. Um, he spent some time talking about the different Stanislavskian approaches and how they differed, and how some of the differences were opposed to one another. And so, how can this Stanislavskian approach or teacher or methodology be Stanislavskian, and this one over here that has opposite tenets also be Stanislavskian approach? So that paradox was there in that. But then there was also the discussion about Stanislavski's ideas of the duality um, of the actor and character on stage. Um, and how that duality is important, and I believe is, in my personal beliefs of acting, is kind of necessary in order to do the thing. Um, so the actor, while portraying a character on stage, is at once living the truth of the character's situation and living their own experiences and memories through that character. So the actor is aware, as they're portraying very believably a character, that they are a different person. And then there's the whole other duality or paradox of the audience, and how, while the audience or the spectator, I think is how it was said in the chapter, is watching the show, the scene, they know that there is an actor on that stage and the character on stage. And so we all suspend our disbelief and accept the self contradictions and accept the story as it's being told to us and the character. And we believe what's being told to us, even though we know that it's being told to us by a person who is different from the character we're watching. From those thoughts, my mind went to my students, of course, which is the purpose of the book. It's the purpose of this class. To study these different theories in order to better teach these theories and present them to our students. And I teach in a high school, and I really tried to imagine my students reading this chapter, and it wasn't pretty. Trying to see them wade through the words. So my last takeaway is this, which has been the final takeaway from most of the chapters that we have read this session, and what I intend to teach my students as I present different approaches and ideologies to them. And that is to try different methods, different practices, and different exercises. And instead of dissecting them and what may make each one work for you or may cause it not to work for you or others, just try them. And in the practice or the performance, you'll know what's working for you. Kind of a full circle moment for me in that is kind of what I think Stanislavski came to, what Stella Adler came to, what most of them have come to. Try the different things and find the one that works for you. And viva la différence. It has been a great pleasure getting to know you all through your videos this session, and I wish you all the very best of luck, and thank you, Ms. Quinn, for an excellent class. I have enjoyed it immensely.